In this session, you'll learn how to depart from a dock or slip by using your boat engine shift, throttle, and steering, giving consideration to wind and current, while properly managing lines and maintaining a proper lookout throughout all activities.
You'll learn how to make a safe departure from a mooring by confirming that the way is clear and staying away from the mooring line and buoy.
And you'll learn how to depart from a shoreline without damaging the propulsion unit and by avoiding obstructions and activities in that area.
What problems are we trying to avoid? Failing to look out for other boats and other environmental factors prior to getting underway, not connecting your engine shutoff switch lanyard, or doing so incorrectly.
When leaving a shoreline, allowing passengers to fall while boarding the boat. Failing to adjust the load to enable your boat to back off the shore. Not checking around the propulsion unit before starting the engine, and allowing it to make contact with the bottom or objects, and causing other boats or people to have to take action to avoid a collision.
When leaving a mooring buoy, failing to ensure that the propulsion unit is clear, having the mooring line snag on the boat or get tangled in the propulsion unit, allowing the boat to contact the buoy, causing damage.
When leaving a dock or slip, being unable to clear the dock, failing to cast off all dock lines in a manner that controls the boat's departure, not taking fenders on board when clear of the dock or slip, leaving lines attached to the boat hanging off the side, not shifting gears cleanly and smoothly into forward or reverse, being unable to engage the throttle from idle speed to no wake speed smoothly, and performing sudden and excessive throttle movements.
Not positioning the helm before shifting, not turning or delaying to turn the steering mechanism in the intended direction of the boat, not correcting steering before your boat is more than 15 degrees or the equivalent of 3 minutes in clock time off course, and not being able to maintain a consistent heading without over or understeering.
So how do we do it right? First, perform a 360-degree full circle lookout for boats and other environmental factors, including wind and current prior to getting underway. Ensure that your passengers and crew are safely on board, and alert them that you are preparing for departure. Attach the engine shutoff switch lanyard.
When departing from the shoreline, get yourself and others on board without injury, and adjust the load to free the boat from the bottom so it can back offshore. Check around the propulsion unit before starting the engine, and tilt it to clear the bottom and objects in the water. Take in any securing lines or anchors. Slowly back away from the shore, watching for other boats or obstructions. When in deeper water, tilt the engine down to the normal trim setting. Shift smoothly to forward gear and turn the boat toward a safe route at a no-wake speed.
When departing a mooring, check to ensure that the propulsion unit is clear. Start the engine, release the line, and maneuver the boat at idle speed away from the mooring. Ensure that all lines remain clear and free from the propulsion unit. Do not bump into the mooring buoy, and be careful to clear other boats in the mooring area, maintaining a no-wake speed.
When departing from a dock or slip, your method of departure will depend on the wind and current. When docked, if the wind or current is pushing your boat off the dock, start your engine in the proper manner. Untie and cast off all lines. Let the boat drift away from the dock, and proceed in forward gear at idle speed to clear the dock area. If there is little or no wind, turn the helm to slowly back away from the dock. The boat will pivot, but the narrower bow of the boat will have more clearance. When clear, shift into neutral, straighten the helm, and shift smoothly into forward at idle speed to proceed away from the dock. If the wind or current is pushing your boat onto the dock, or when in crowded conditions, use a spring line attached to a forward cleat with a fender placed near the bow. Start your engine and turn the helm toward the dock, and smoothly shift into forward gear. When the stern has moved sufficiently away from the dock, straighten your helm, take in the spring line, and back away from the dock. When clear, smoothly shift into forward gear and proceed at idle speed down the fairway. When in a slip, whether there's little wind or current, or the wind or current is pushing your boat out of the slip or into the slip, start your engine, untie and cast off all lines, and proceed in forward gear to clear the slip. Bring all fenders on board when your boat is clear of the dock or slip. Coil and stow lines. Proceed at no wake speed, steering the boat accurately and smoothly. Use small and timely corrections, going no more than 5 degrees, or 1 minute of clock time off your desired heading and clear the dock. With practice, you'll be able to depart from a dock or slip by using your boat engine shift, throttle, and steering, giving consideration to wind and current, while properly managing lines and maintaining a proper lookout throughout all activities.
You'll be able to make a clear departure from a mooring buoy by confirming there are no conflicts with your boat's intended actions in relation to other boats or activities in the vicinity, and avoid contacting the mooring line and buoy.
And you'll be able to depart from a shoreline without damaging the propulsion unit and by avoiding areas where there may be hazards in the water.